Hello guys, and welcome to today's studio. Today we are discussing about anatomy of HTML tag. By the end of this lesson, we shall be able to show HTML that require opening and closing tag. We shall also be able to use and understand the HTML that as self-closing tag. We shall also discuss and appreciate the power of HTML attribute and style for the modification to the HTML default. And lastly, we shall understand the centering of the content of the HTML using the sender tag. Now, without much more, let's get started. Now, by the end of the lesson, we shall be able to come up with the picture such as this on the screen, and we shall be having a best practical way in which we can use the HTML tags, the HTML attributes, the self-closing tags, and also uh, HTML with opening and closing tag. All that we shall put our hand into practice. So as usual, we go to our project. Remember, we are here and we can open the picture and we go to the web dev here. Let me close that one. Let me use the git bash. And our project is web dev. Let me open it with VS Code by typing code and space dot and then click enter. Now this is VS Code, and last time we were loading the HTML from templates of Django project. So now we are going to look at the anatomy of the HTML tag. When you look at this, the previous lesson I told you and I talked about the how one can get good in Googling. So for example, you can also go to the Google and search for H1 or H2 or HTML tag for H2, H1 through H6, and you get the result. But today we are going to discuss about the tag, HTML tag, and make it and use it to create our page here, not page, but to create us something like this, which we are going to deploy which I'm going to show on our page, on our web page using the browser. Okay, now let's get here and go back to our VS Code and this is how it is. There is opening and closing tag. So this one is opening tag h2 and this one is closing tag. The difference between opening and closing tag is that the closing tag after the angular bracket it is followed by forward slash. That is only the difference, but there is no forward slash after angular bracket in the opening tag. So then in between there is a document. In between there is a document. So this is content, and the content can be anything that you want it to be displayed in the um, web browser. For example, when we want to display this in a web browser, we can do it and we see only the loading from the templates. Then let's see it again, so we did it last time. We do that by Python manage.py run server. That is how we do it in Python. There is a problem and the command run server. There is mistake, spelling mistake. And yes, you come here. This is the address. That is a IP address that you can click control and then click on that one, and then you see loading from templates. That's how it is being output, or that is being out. I just given out. So let's continue now. This we want to come up with something similar to this one. So this is inspired. I have been reading this book, The Sherlock Holmes, and I found it good. You can also, if you dress it, you can get there and search for it and get it. It is available online. You can read it there. So this one is like we have level 1 heading and we have level 3 heading and we have level 4, but this one is just estimation. Let's get into the real thing. Now let's come here and say for mine it will be heading 1, that is tag, that is opening a tag and closing tag h2, and the content will be let me see how I don't want to look at this exactly. I want to end it some of the so the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I say uh, the web the web development you see Django and Python. The web development using Django and Python. And that's enough. Let me see again. The web development using web Python from 0 to arrow. Then another H4. By the way, I want to show you another way in which you can be using this shortcut instead of typing. When you just write H4, you can click tab key or enter key. So let me click enter key, and you see the auto fill has come. Then you say bye. Then I want this one to be H2. Let me change this one to H5. And then H3 and hit enter. Bye. Mtuichalo. That is what we want to style. But see, there is this white circle here. When you see a white circle in VS Code or Visual Studio, you must know you have not saved your work. So to save your work, you can come here and click on save the file, then save the file, then save, or you can simply use the shortcut Control S to save your work. So any can do. Then you see the circle, the white circle has disappeared. So the work is saved. So we can go to our terminal and at development server, starting at this one, we can click on the address, and you see, yeah, it is good, but it is nothing close to this. So let's style this one to assimilate our project. This one. Now come back here. So this one is introducing us to another type of tag, which is called a break tag, and the break tags come without closing tag. Also, we have others such as horizontal tag, which are self-closing. They don't require they must not have the heading, the closing tag. Sorry, the closing tag. So here we want this to be 2, and we can define it like we define it here using that tag, which is break tag, and break tag its function br is break tag. Let me use use more letters here. br, this break tag actually make sure the next line is starting from from where you put the break, the line end there, and after that the rest of the line come to the new line. For example, let's Control S to save our work and come again to terminal and open it, and you see where it was Django that we had put break tag there, and the rest has come next. So let's go back, and another thing is that when you look at our emulator, you find that between there is space between the last the second line and the last sentence. There is space by. So we also going to use the break to to achieve this, and this is by this one we can use this method, or we can just come here here before, and we say br self closing tag, like that. And when we save and we come here, run it, you see there is space. Then because our space is has got only upper part, we need also the space at lower part, and this one is also going to be just break just after h5 by. So another br, you can just write br and click enter to autocomplete, and you can come it up with it like that one. Control S and come and refresh. Not every time you should be going to the to the terminal to click this one. It's not every time. You can be refreshing your browser by just clicking on this refreshment reload the button. This reload button, when you click it, it's the same as going back all the way to the terminal and come click the terminal here. So there is no need of clicking terminal. It's a bit process, but I was doing it severally just because you are new, that you can know. Now from next time we shall be refreshing our page right from the from the browser itself. Now let's continue and see what we are going to what is going to happen. When you look at that code, it may be the look just straight, but some people may find it clear to say, let me do this like that. You know, this one, this one. There is no problem with that. It will work the same. If you close and come to the browser and refresh now, there's no different. The thing is the same. What is important in HTML, it is where you put the tag. So for me, I don't want to be it looking like this. I just want it being like that. But it is upon you which style you want. For me, I don't want it having so much breakdown. I just want it to be only three 3 lines of code, which is the same as having the other lines. So what is remaining now is only to put the horizontal rule, and still horizontal rule, it is a rule is a line which is cutting across where you put it. For example, we want a line uh, up here on the top and on the bottom of our text, below Mozilla and above web development using Django. We want the two lines there, horizontal line. Actually, this horizontal rule is also HTML tag, which is self closing tag, and this one is done like this, horizontal, and then you click on enter or tab, and then lastly you go HR and click on tab or enter key, then you control S and you come to web page and you refresh, and yes, you see there is two horizontal lines now that has come. And when you look at this horizontal line and this one, there is difference, and the difference is these are thicker than this ourselves, and this introduces ourselves to another thing called the HTML attributes. And the HTML attributes is used to style. HTML attributes is actually used to style or to show, to change the default of the HTML tag. So for example, we want this one. Let me inspect it before we even style it. Go in inspect it, and let me come to, let me bring it up a bit. And here we can see this horizontal line for the first horizontal line for the first one is this one. Yes, this one. It has default. It is default. So we want to style it at this. We are styling it using the HTML attribute. Remember, no. Sorry, please. I was using the wrong one. We are using this horizontal rule as it has been now highlighted here. So this one, it is default. So we want to use HTML attribute to make it thicker. This is how we do it. We go to this one and we hand the HTML attribute known as size, and we give this size 3, and we specify, we style it, and we say we don't want shade, so we say no shade. And you control S to save our work. Actually, this is HTML attribute, which is changing the default of the HTML attribute, and this no shade is specific to making it clean without any shadow or anything. It is just showing that it should be just normal. No, no beautifying, no nothing. So this is how it is. So let's save our work by Control S, already saved, and go to the browser and reload, and you can see that this one, it is now attribute. It is being attribute has been used to style this line, and then we get rid of HTML default. Then we can also apply it to the lower one. And remember, I'm discouraging the copy pasting. So just type good, and then you Control S to the bottom of the horizontal line, Control S, and come to Chrome, refresh, and see. Yeah. So when you look at our website and you compare it with this one, still there is one thing that is remaining, and that is the text here. It is at the center, but ours it is on the right. Ours it is on the left. Now we can use another type of HTML tag that is going to place it at the center, and that is known as center tag. So let's apply it. So we wrap all this text with the center tag so that we can make it to appear at the center. So as usual, let's use the autocomplete. What I'm doing is let me undo this work. And come here and refresh. See, let's come center. There is a great deal. Great deal is this. You see, we have not centered the size, no shade. The size is outside. So if we make just a mistake of putting this one at the top, see what will happen. Uh, let me put it here. Control save for the save, and then you come here and you. Okay. There is no effect on horizontal rule. That's what I wanted you to understand. But by convention, uh, when you come here, you can see when you center this, the horizontal rule, it has no effect. But when you come here and you put this one in the middle, by convention, it shows that you need when you do like that, it's a horizontal rule. It is not inside the. It is not. Let me put out this one. So that is now correct. It means that horizontal rule is not being affected. It's not being centered, and horizontal rule, this of the lower part is not being affected. That is how it is. just good. But there is still no problem when you say send it all, send it all, because this one is not going to be affected. It runs, so whichever the man, it runs from the beginning to the end of the screen, whether I send that or not. So that's what I wanted you to understand. And when you control S and you come here, refresh, here there is nothing, which is big. Now today we have come to the end of the lesson. Next time we shall be discussing about the more about the HTML, and actually we are going to start our project, our personal web or our personal site, whereby we shall be discussing so many things, and we shall be learning so many things about HTML during the next from the next project. So welcome, keep touch, please share this and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get notified whenever I release the new video. Welcome, thank you, and God bless you.